friends, it's Amy with amyrich.net, and I have an amazing few products to share with you today, and one is the Frosted Forest stamp set, and it is such a pretty set. I love the little sketchy pine needles and leaves here, but it is meant to be used also with another product in the same bundle, and that is the Frosted Forest decorative masks. And so you use the masks and the stamp set together to create some gorgeous cards, and we're going to make one today for Christmas in July. So Merry Christmas in July, everybody. I've got some of the masks here, and I'm just going to show you quickly how these coordinate. You can do a couple of things. You can stamp the tree stamp and then take these masks. This has a letter A on it, which indicates it is the first mask that you use, and you lay it over the stamped image and you use your blending brush and add the color. I'm going to show you that in just a little bit, but then you go back with the B mask and you put that on next, and you can do a little darker shading with that mask, and you can see the smaller tree works for that as well. And then the third mask, actually I have some embossing paste on it from my practice that I've been doing, but you can put the third mask on for yet an even darker green, or like we're going to do some embossing paste today. So that is one set of masks. This last one was, you guessed it, mask C. So we have A, B, and C here that we can use to create the shading on that tree. There is another set of masks for this tree, and that is, here is the, this does the trunk and the limbs, the limbs here and the branches. And then mask number 2 is a larger image for the leaves, and then mask number 3 is a smaller image that you can use a darker, a different color to do some shading. We are not going to use these today, but we are going to use the other ones. We're going to use A, B, and C. And the last but not least at all, we've got our dies, and the dies coordinate as well, giving you some different options and allowing you to cut out the images from the stamp set as well. So we're going to use a little of everything as we create our card. And we're going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock and mask A. And I am just going to lay mask A down at the bottom so that it's at the bottom of the cardstock. We're going to be cutting this out, so we're not worrying too much about where the image is located on the white. But I am going to use the little trick of putting it down to the bottom so that we can easily tell where to put the next one so that it lines up. All right, so for the first letter A here, I'm just going to go off the mask a little bit, and then I am going to lightly go over my mask with my blending brush and my old olive ink. All right, so here we've got our beautiful start to our tree, and then we're going to take mask B, and remember, we're going to lay it so that the bottom edge is at the bottom of the basic white cardstock. And then what you're going to notice is essentially this mask covers up what we've already colored, and it allows for some areas to be colored a little bit darker, or if we preferred, we could have done a little different color as well. We could have added meadow moss in here as my second color, but instead I chose to go a little bit darker. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is cut this out, and I know that goes maybe against things a little bit because we haven't used our C mask yet, but there's a reason, and I'm going to grab my die that we're going to use. We have an outline die, and then we have a more detailed die. I'm going to take the outline die so I can cut that image out perfectly. So grabbing my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which was actually on sale for 10% off in June of 2024. I hope you got your hands on it while it was on sale. And we're going to add our die here. Now, this product that I'm showing you today is an online exclusive release for July of 2024. And it releases on Wednesday, July 3rd. And it's just a very exciting product. I think it's just so pretty, and it has such unique possibilities. And as we get into fall, I picture myself doing some fall cards with it as well. But for Christmas in July, of course, we need to do a little Christmassy thing here. So here is our tree. And then we're going to grab that last mask, and we're going to lay it on top of our tree. And I don't have the luxury now of knowing exactly where it lines up. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. And I wanted it to be cut out already so that I wouldn't smush the embossing paste when I added that. So I'm going to take some embossing paste on my palette knife. I'm just going to run it over my tree and then release that. And now we've got some snow on our tree. I'm going to put that away right away. And to keep it nice and white, I'm going to actually heat set it now with my heat tool. What I noticed when I made my sample is that the longer it sat on the green, the more it took on the green tint. So I didn't want that embossing paste to get quite so green. So I simply heat set it instead. I'm going to bring in the one that I did before. I did it in garden green, so it is a little different. But you see how the embossing paste turned green? So I wanted to stop that process by heat setting it right away. And I think it's a little better. All right, let's get on with the rest of our card. I'm now going to bring in some other cardstock here. I've got some Old Olive, and this large one measures 4 1/4 by 10, and it is scored at 1 1/2, 3, and 6 1/2. And we're going to start at the top in the bigger section, fold that back, and then we're going to fold this next one up, followed by this one, which goes down. So then we've got this cool little fold here. And then we're going to take a second piece of Old Olive cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by 8 1/2, and it is scored at 5 1/2. Then we are going to add, actually we're going to do this first. We've got some new designer series paper. So exciting. It is the Season of Green and Gold, because guess what? It's greens and it's golds. And it's got white and vanilla. I don't know if you can see the two in play in the background. They are both in existence there together, which is so pretty. And then this one has that same feel to it. It's got white and vanilla in it, as well as the gold. And these pieces can be cut using dies from the same Sweet collection. And there's the back of that one. And of course, like I said, the greens in here, I don't know if I said it actually, the greens in here are Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Okay, I've shown you those already. And how about this one here? I love that one. That's so pretty. And then this one also has bell dies that we can do the single bells. We can cut those out with the dies, as well as the greenery here in between. And then the back of this is one of the sides that I am using. We are going to first add 2 pieces that measure 3/4 by 1 1/4. And we're going to put one on each side here. Oh, I hate to cover up that gold. It's so pretty. But that's okay. I love the plaid too. Then we're going to add this piece that's going to sit flush with the bottom of the card. And then we're going to fold this section back to attach to the back side. So we're going to add adhesive here, 2 1/4 inches by 8 1/2, scored at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to put the front there. Okay, then we're going to fold this over. So I want adhesive on just the end here on this piece, and fold that over and adhere it to the back. That's a little paper saver where you're not going all the way down to the bottom. So isn't that cute? Oh, it's so cute. And then we're going to add these pieces that are 3/4 by 3 1/4, and they're going to fit right here in place like that. So it looks like it's just a seamless passing from one section to another with our plaid papers. So I'm going to make sure it lines up with the DSP on the bottom section. See, looks so perfect. And then this piece on the other side, same idea. We want to get them to line up and leave a little border at the top as well. Okay, looks good. And then we've got one more piece of designer series paper here that measures 2 by 5 1/4. That gold. And then we're going to do one more little thing here. This is for the inside of the card. And so we're going to do just a quick masking the same way, using the smaller of the two trees. So we're going to use A first, and we're going to go right down here on the side. And then B, we'll layer that. And again, you're pretty much covering what you just blended. So now I'm going to take a little bit more Old Olive, and we're going to get nice and dark to highlight the inside here as well. Love it. It's so pretty. And then we're going to pull out another new online exclusive product in the Season of Green and Gold Sweet collection, but of course you can order it on its own as well. And that is Greetings of the Season. It is a phrase builder, so you're able to create whatever phrases you want, but it also has this beautiful sentiment: may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So we're going to add that. It's going to take up most of the inside of the card. What's the good news about that? Huh? You don't have to write much. Just sign it and you're done. We love that. Okay, now we can put this on the inside of our card. It is ready to roll. And then we're going to go to the outside, and we want our tree. So we're going to take our tree and we're going to pop that up because we want to make it a little bit more obvious that it's there, first of all, because it kind of gets lost. In fact, I'm not digging that at all. So we're gonna replace that with a little bit darker design so that that tree pops a little bit more. No worries though, we will save this for something else because it's so beautiful. All right, so let's replace that here with this piece, which I think will showcase that tree just a little bit better. We're still gonna pop it up, so we're gonna add it right here to our card. Get our dimensionals out and get that layered. And if you're really digging that embossing paste, I have, if you are watching shortly after it is posted, in July of 2024, you can sign up yet for my embossing paste buy and try class. You can find that information at amyrich.net and then click buy and try classes. You can find it there. It's going to be a great class. And now for my sentiment, I'm going to bring in a strip that is 3.5 by 1, and I'm just going to banner cut the ends. So I go in from the middle, and then from each corner I meet up with that middle slit so that I've got a cut that is what I call a banner cut. We're going to do that to both sides. Makes it look a little fancier. And then we're going to take our little phrase builder and just do Merry Christmas. And I feel like I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas in here an awful lot, but that's okay because it's so pretty. So we'll do a Merry Christmas like that, and I think it looks really nice. All right, then we're going to pop that up. So we're going to take this, we're going to pop it up about here. So we want to make sure, first of all, it's going to sit flat here. So I'm going to add regular adhesive. And then we don't want any dimensionals up here because we don't want it to close. So we're just going to add a couple of dimensionals down here at the bottom, and one would probably be enough, but because I overdo everything as far as dimensionals go, I'm gonna add 2. And then we'll put this right where it belongs over here. And finally, we're going to add a little bling. So far, it doesn't look super like Christmas, but we're going to add these. And these are the cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. And they also come from the suite of green and gold that are in the online exclusives. And we are going to add the berries so that they act as little ornaments here on our tree, which just makes it a little more Christmassy. That's a word, right? Christmassy. I love it. Okay, what do you think? It's kind of pretty. One last thing though, I can't help myself. Because we don't have any of the gold showing on our DSP, we can add some silver, right? So I'm going to add just a silver bow up here at the top. And I think that will finish it off just perfectly. All right, there is your first Christmas in July card. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. We used a little embossing paste, we used a little bling, and we used an awful lot of new product from our online exclusives, which start July 3rd, 2024. I can't wait for this to go live for you. I hope you enjoy it, and feel free to hit subscribe here so you don't miss a single Christmas in July tutorial.